Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to...
Oh, I guess this is a little lower than it usually is. I'm like, what is going on with the camera? It feels like it has a very different angle. Hey, how's it going? Oh no, how are you going to finish your essay? I don't know. You could do the essay before joining, or you could do it in the background, or whatever suits your particular workflow, which depends on your particular set of circumstances. Let's see here. Yes, definitely what you were looking for was a logical description of all the options that you already know that you have. That's definitely what you were looking for. We will potentially get that booty. It'll depend on if we can make this work. The other thing that occurred to me that I didn't bother to check because I'm a dope, but did occur to me is that it's possible that the ini file actually has a setting for the thing that we can work on. Well, deciding on the path is going to rely first on just checking to see if it just works, which may happen for a variety of reasons. And damned, center, bootleg. So what we're looking for right now is an angle where we get both bootleg and mire, which is right here. We're getting both. And I'm not seeing it. I'm wondering if there's a ini file setting for turning on and off the thing there. I doubt it. That doesn't seem likely to me, but it's a possibility. We need WordPad, unfortunately. I'm just gonna basically search for it. Would it be diagonal, corner? Mouse look, window width, stretch height. Well, I'm getting mixed thinger with that. That was my assumption initially, but that's fine. So I don't see anything here. Well, yesterday we had someone's, or not yesterday, on Friday we had someone saying that they have literally done it with this mod. That's definitely the most definitive answer that I've gotten, is someone saying, I have tried and done this before in this particular set of circumstances. Now, they could be wrong in that, but that was definitely, in terms of definitiveness, like someone has done this on this mod set is a pretty definitive descriptor of a sequence of events. So let's see. I think we're just going to go to Bootleg Bay. And not worry about it, because if there is a... Ooh, we're eligible for 71. There is a trainer in Bootleg, right? I think there's a trainer there. Alright, what are we doing? We are going to Bootleg Bay. We have a few dungeons to do in Bootleg Bay. Once we finish the first section, we're jumping into 7. See here, and it's all good. So it's incredibly strange seeing these models. Let's see here. We've got 76 is the highest level. Probably the highest level that we're going to have to deal with while we're here. It would be nice to have a place I could go to do certain things. But we might actually just be fine anyway. Do I have any horseshoes? If yes. Let's see here. I presumably have horseshoes somewhere. There we go. Who gets the horseshoes? Oren is about to get a bunch of GMs, so it makes a degree of sense to dump them on Oren. Oren also is potentially going to have to dump a bunch of points into those skills. We already have a reason to get to 10. I think I'm going to give these to Oren just because, as a character, has a lot of things. I think it makes sense. Okay, we've got a boss here. I'm going to see how dangerous this boss is. We're going to find out how dangerous this area is going to be as a result of this. It seems pretty reasonable. We're taking damage from a lot of enemies right now. And we only had one person go down, so that is way better than we've had for most things. Like, most of these areas are way more dangerous. Alright, so Bootleg Bay is probably going to be fairly simple if we can handle, like, half a dozen enemies and a boss beating on us all at the same time. There's not, like, anything here that's going to be super high level compared to the boss that we were just dealing with. So, can we handle AoE damage? We can handle AoE damage better than most parties can. The party setup that I have is fairly robust for AoE damage because the characters that are responsible for my regeneration, there's no druids here. We're not going to be going into the dungeons until we have whatchamacallit, until we've gone to other areas. So the druids aren't relevant yet. They'll be relevant in the near future, but we also have a lot of progression that we're going to be making between zones. Yeah, it's weird because usually I have to deal with everything in a zone all at once. It's a very different dynamic in this run. Let's see here. 4 levels worth of experience at 6 a.m. on a Sunday. Can pop over here. I'm just going to try to pull some of these. We'll see how things go. Yeah, if that was the general threat level that we can expect in here, I think that we'll be in pretty good shape here. The only there is the concern that we might end up having instant death effects coming out or something like that. But I think we should be fine. Is that weakness? It is weakness. I thought it was curse. Is that poison? It's poison. Guess we should probably take out the top tier. We are in danger here, but I think we're probably going to be fine. I don't have Ulrin set to heal right now. Ulrin has one of my only lifesteal weapons, so I have Ulrin set to just attack because I feel like self-healing is probably a reasonable thing for him to be doing. What else are we going to do here? Do we want to pop into town while we wait to cure those diseases? What do we want to do? Also, I need to figure out what we can train here. I don't think there's anything of particular note in Bootleg Bay in terms of training. Is there literally any trainers here? There might not even be any. Like, I feel like there should be some expert trainers, but there might not even be that. There is an expert chain trainer, and there is expert perception. We're already expert in both of those. So, it's just a particularly weak zone in terms of trainers because of the fact that it's it's a zone that duplicates stuff that you are pretty much guaranteed to have already gotten by the time you get here, I think. Maybe there's a bow trainer, which I wouldn't know about. But this run isn't actually that different from a standard run. So, weirdly, in terms of like this particular portion, there's not really a ton of difference in terms of what masteries I have now versus what I would have in a normal run. I just have more of them. There's nothing that I have less of. So. Well, there's 2 for each, right? Because technically there's 3 because there's also mastery, but. Did I specify bow mastery? Because I was talking generically about all the expertises that there were, but I think I might have said there might have been bow mastery here for all I knew. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just yapping. That's what I'm doing. Okay. So this should be fairly quick. I'm imagining that we're not going to get that much experience from here. We have enemies that are in their 50s. I'm in my late 60s at this point, so these enemies are really, really low level compared to me now. So we're not going to be getting that much experience off of this area, but we'll just have to see. I'm curious which dungeon I think is the most... Oh, jeez. Is it grenade? Oh. The question was asked of whether I have settled on pathing, and I have. The pathing that I've settled on is I am going to fully clear Bootleg Bay, because the rules as they exist on the build that we're in are the rules based off of the build that we're in. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that I had intended to do one path, the fact that that path is not actually possible means that that's not a path that I'm taking, so... We are doing the pathing according to the rules as they actually exist, not according to a state that I had hoped for. Unfortunately, I am not... I haven't gotten a proper opening to... I don't have a place to really drag it. Wait, whoops, the weakness was on somebody else. Right. On the plus side, we have 3 characters that are holding their own from a durability perspective reasonably well. I'm wondering if I should just drag these to town and try to beat them behind a door. The problem is that I feel like there's a decent chance they are cannibals, so I feel like they probably are hostile to the townsfolk, but maybe not. Kind of hard to say. Okay. I think generally speaking, this is working fine. We're mitigating the damage a bit, not by a ton, but by enough to whittle the pack down. And if we get the pack whittled enough, we should be fine. As long as I have... Oop. As long as I have my regen person up, I'm probably fine. So, but we are slowly getting whittled down here. And I'm going to need to get around a corner here. We don't have enough mana regen on Sortira to handle the incoming very effectively. Okay, we need to get around the other side, hopefully get a wall between us for a bit. I'm going to have to play with this wall if I'm going to be successful here. And there's not really a lot I can do with it, unfortunately. I think I might just... This is a bad idea, because I actually had the opportunity to win here, and I'm throwing it away by standing there. Alright, we actually have Wizard Eye now, so I should have a slightly easier time dodging the attacks and responding to where the enemies actually are. Okay. Okay, I think we got the top tier down. With the top tier down, that's one fewer ranged attacker as well. There is another top tier there, unfortunately. Okay. I also need to cast Cure Weakness. The weakness effect is really troublesome right now. Okay. On the plus side, there's only a few left, so... Is that true? Like, literally all of them do?
'Tis but a scratch.
Let's see. Okay. So, we cleared that. And that went amazingly well. Definitely how that fight was supposed to play out. Roaming back and forth over an incredibly long distance. Let's go ahead and swap to this inventory. We have a ancient dueling long dagger of ice, which is a weakened, sizable DPS boost. Let's go. So you're up to 1k now. So Severia is starting to catch up to Quartal. We'll see how that progresses into the late game. This is not necessarily the inventory that I want this stuff in, but I'll take it actually. And we have, oh shit, we have a Primordial Mace of Darkness. We are finding... Okay, how many of Darkness weapons have we found that are a weapon type that I'm not using? I think we found at least 2 bows, right? We found like 2 bows of Darkness. We've now found a Mace of Darkness. Pretty rough. Let's see. Let's see. I get... I'm not sure that the cannibals were doing. Like, I know that they added the ranged attacks, but I don't know if it's actually added as consistently as that. Because the top tiers of these already have a ranged attack. I didn't feel like there were... I didn't notice the cannibals throwing out ranged projectiles here. It's possible that they were, and I just didn't see it. And someone else might have noticed it, and in which case it's like, yes, 100%. If you saw a projectile coming out of one of these cannibals, then that is a guarantee. I just didn't... I didn't notice it, and I'm not sure if it only applies to things where the entire classification of enemy is melee, because some of these are ranged automatically. We will find out in this pack, probably, right? This is a tier 2, and it should be close enough to be tossing some of these out. The tier 3 is definitely throwing them out, but they have a pretty low incidence rate in it. Can we afford shield? Do we have shield? We don't have shield active right now. Can we afford it? We can technically afford it. It's not a huge upgrade, considering how rare they use their ranged attacks. Okay, that one is definitely using it. Unless that was a Witch Doctor. I think so. I think the Witch Doctors use... thing, right? The Witch Doctors also use Insect Plague, I think. Nope. Wrong fire. Yeah, I'm still seeing the default behavior from these. I haven't seen anything other than the ones that would by default have range attacks using range attacks. So we can find out if like there might not be a like we can't see what this is coming from as an example, but we can identify it shortly. I think it's this one. So just keep an eye out for like any projectile, because this is like really like this is an extremely falsifiable. My stance is an extremely falsifiable stance, right? There just needs to be one projectile coming out from. I think both the tier 1s and the tier 2s are melee exclusive, right? Do headhunt? I thought that for a while that headhunters did, but I don't think that they do. I think it might just be the top tier by default. So let's see here. We can save it. These are also very low level. The enemies here are extremely low level compared to most stuff. Oh shit. I'm in deep shit. Alright, we are gonna go ahead and get a couple swaps going. I'm gonna stand here. I don't want to try to burn the swapper down. I would like to try to clear out the others and try to. This was a mistake. Okay, I should have tried to do something smarter here. Okay.
I need healing.
Okay. Unfortunately, right after saying that the enemies here are extremely weak, I overstepped in a major way and got myself killed. As is good and proper. These are leaking pretty thoroughly now. Nice. This is actually perfect. We're going to clear out the majority of these. Let's see.
That was
Ow!
Interesting. Wow, that poison's doing nothing to fucking Portal. Holy shit. Holy shit. Yeah, you can tell that we're fighting low-level enemies when my passive regen is outperforming. Like, I was thinking that part of that was the lifesteal. It's not. It's just the tankability on Portal right now. Let's go. Let's see here. So this is a swapper. It would be nice to go to the circus, actually. Should I get to the circus first? Okay, these are the exact ingredients that I need to make hardened item potions. Let's see, we've got that over there. Okay. I moved way too close here, but that's fine. We didn't add that many. So, we're going to clear out this zone, which will hopefully result in good things and not result in bad things. Once we've cleared this zone, next is Might and Magic 7, right? So in 7, we cleared the wine cellar, right? So we have 2 zones left. We have the Mercenary Stronghold, and we have the place with all the ghosts. I think the Mercenary Stronghold is probably more experience. because we can't turn in the map. So the Firelord dungeon is definitely the highest
No match for me.
EXP dungeon here. Like, no question that that's going to be the highest. It's got a quest in it, and it has 6 billion enemies. So the Firelord dungeon is going to probably delay us getting the Knight promotion quest done by several levels. Like, I think that there's going to be at least a 2-level boost off of just the Firelord dungeon on its own. There are quests everywhere else as well. Here. Let me take a look at my quest list just to make sure that I haven't forgotten one of the quests that I actually picked up already. Paintings, Kilburn Shield, Dampen Distress. Okay. Crystal. Yeah, so we're going to get very little experience out here, probably. And then we'll follow that up with getting all of the experience once we get everything. But by clearing these out, I'm going to allow myself to use the circus to kite around the swapper a bit. I don't know how good a job I want to do with my kiting for enemies that are, again, like, really quite weak. Like, they're, like, 10 levels below me or whatever, which is quite a significant deficit. It's going to be interesting to see at what point, like, the bulk of enemies in the game end up being lower level than us. Because at a certain point, you know, the bulk of the enemies in the entire series will actually be lower level than us. I need to get out of here because I am overextended and Sortira's pretty low. Sortira does not have very good healing, they just have pretty good durability. So if Sortira starts getting low, it's going to take a long time to start getting back in decent shape again. We're not in decent shape right now. This is still really weak. Whereas, like, Kamanaton's already back to full HP and was just unconscious a second ago. You can actually see that, like, Sortira is the weakest link in terms of durability right now in prolonged engagements. Because despite having really solid mitigation and having, I think, probably pretty decent HP, and, you know, like, double the max HP of Olren, double the max HP of Kamanaton, despite having such a huge amount of HP, like a huge mitigation boost, this character, like, this feels like the character that should have the most sustain, right? But because of the fact that max HP has nothing to do with sustain at all, it doesn't matter over the course of a long fight. There is a in a long fight, my most durable character is actually the most vulnerable to being not burst down, but beat down over the course of a long fight, to the point where they, like, can't. I struggle to recover with them in a way that I don't with pretty much any of the other characters. Maybe a bit with Severia. Skip the chest. There's a chest over here. Let's take a look. I also skipped a bunch of enemies over here that I need to go clear. Oh. Good call. See, this is why we do it live. It's just so that we can have people telling me when I'm forgetting things. Okay, we are going to go clear out the swapper now. And with the swapper cleared, we'll have most of this island done. And then I don't think we're going to clear the rest of the island immediately. We're not going to go to the far west side of this island. Though, actually, maybe we will, because that would allow us to just go train. No, we'll train next. Beside the cliff near the sun. Are there 2 chests over there? The one next to the obelisk can. Oh yeah, I'm definitely much more likely to forget the chest. I didn't notice, right? That was definitely something that I didn't notice. I'm just confirming that I do remember that these exist, both for everyone else's sake to know that I have these on my mind, but also it acts as a verbal reminder to myself that I need to go do that and make the decision making to do it. Because if I currently remember it, but if I actually go to that island that I was looking at and thinking about going to, there's a decent chance that I start wandering around the islands and forget that I didn't ever kill the swapper. Let's see. Alright, I'll take a look for the still surrender. There we go. And we need to get some more max HP on Commonoton probably, because Commonoton and I think it's Olrin as well, right? Commonoton and Olrin both need some pure HP in their builds. I'll have to figure out what I want to put that on.
We don't need this.
It's not bad.
Let's leave it behind. Let's leave it behind.
No matter what they say.
We don't need this.
Okay. More Severius. Okay. I'm gonna not grab that pot of food. I feel like that might be. Let's see. Like over. Oh, ho ho ho. The shield. Oh, we got a shield. Holy shit! I didn't even notice. That's a lot of endurance and resist. This might be a fairly big durability upgrade. We do have air damage coming in right now as well. I'm not sure if I want to equip this right
Let's leave it
now
behind.
over what we've got. Some chain. We got another shield. This is a shield of doom. This is wrong character. I was like, wait, what? Why are these values so crazy? This doesn't look like that crazy an item. Okay. So this note, unfortunately, and we can save it up. And now we need to decide. I think I'm going to not train yet. I'm going to train once I have gone a little further. Do I have water walking on anybody? I don't remember. I do not. So unfortunately that means we're going to need to disable regeneration to cast water walking. Actually, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. We don't need water walking. We're not going to bother with it. We're instead going to do the stupid thing. Oh, never mind, we're not, because... You know what? We'll do an even stupider thing. Why would we... Why settle? Just go the most dumb you can possibly go. That's our motto. If the stupid strat won't work because you don't have the mana to do it, do the even dumber strat. Go even crazier with it. Opinion on salt and pepper flavor. I'm not gonna lie, that is the whitest question that's asked. I am assuming that this isn't actually... Oh, salt and vinegar. Okay. Salt and vinegar, okay. I'm like, salt and pepper? What is your opinion on salt and pepper? Should they exist, or should we in fact eliminate spices entirely? I hate anything that involves vinegar. Vinegar is viscerally unpleasant to me. So anything that involves vinegar, I cannot handle. I can't even be near vinegar. Vinegar is they do a lot of cooking with vinegar here, and it is. I have a similar relationship with mustard, where basically even fairly minor amounts of it are just like a full non-starter for me. So
'Tis but a scratch.
I just can't handle it.
Ow!
The which is unfortunate living here because there's a lot of different like shops downstairs that cook with vinegar, and every time I go by one of them, my senses like want me to start setting fire to buildings. I don't do it. I've never done any arson as a result of the way that the thing. I don't listen to the commands from my nose, but if I did, it would be bad. Yeah, vinegar and mustard are like the two big non-starters for me. I also don't like things like mayo, but it's a different kind of just like... One of the things that's actually kind of funny about me is that, like...
No match for me.
There's obviously a lot of like vinegar in Chinese cooking, but like outside of that particular element of things, and I guess the fact that Japan loves using mayo, but outside of those two elements, which are honestly fairly easy to avoid, I actually find it much harder to deal with the things that I dislike in like American cooking, like American recipes. I like most things that I'm gonna get out of like any sort of like any local Singaporean food, whether it's Malay food, whether it's Indian food, whether it's Chinese food, whatever. As long as it doesn't have specifically vinegar in it, I'm pretty much golden there. And vinegar, I think, is mostly just a Chinese food thing, but I could be wrong on that. But I don't know that I've ever had. I think there's one specific restaurant. There's one specific restaurant that I've been to that has Malay food, or I guess technically it's Indonesian food, which is related. But and I believe that they use mustard there. It's the only place that I've ever had food where I was like, So that's the only place that I've ever had Malay food and been not super happy with it. Unfortunately, I had it fairly early, so people here thought I was way more picky than I actually had. But, and I remember going back to the same restaurant like years later and being like, yeah, I was definitely right. There's definitely mustard in this. And I was like, there's no mustard in this. Then I use mustard in Malay food, and I'm like, there's definitely mustard in this. And then I ended up Googling it, and I was right. Well, I wasn't necessarily right. We still don't have confirmation that there was actually mustard in that. But given that I still have that response to the same exact place, and no other Malay food I've ever had in my life, I'm pretty sure that that place was using mustard, because it is a thing that they do in, I think, specifically Indonesia. But at any rate, but generally speaking, like every time I get any sort of like Western food, I have to like be like, okay, don't put all this bullshit into it. Don't put this bullshit into it. Don't put this bullshit into it. They want to put a bunch of bullshit that I don't want to eat. Whereas with like Indian food, it's like put as much bullshit as you want into this. Now that I've gotten over my some of my textural aversions to things like onions, because I love the taste of onion. Onion is a great flavor, but like actual onions upset me viscerally. So it's like a problem where it's like, oh yeah, I'm glad that you cooked this with onion, but also could you not have the onion in it? Which is an unreasonable thing to request. I don't actually request that of anyone, by the way. I'm just like, speaking to the world at large, could we have the flavor of onion without any actual onion? And the answer is not realistically, no. Let's see here. I mean, I would imagine that the salt and vinegar dynamic, to actually get back on topic, is pretty similar to the dynamic with, like, spicy food, right? Like, it's a pretty similar, like, conceptual interaction where you're getting something that is, in theory, viscerally unpleasant, and there's just something pleasant about that, like the controlled unpleasantness. Because I you know, love spicy food. Right? I'm very, very happy. The more spicy, the better. We had more of the stuff that Kaz is making with the chocolate bootleg yesterday, which was nice. We don't use it very often because she doesn't cook very often, but she made a nice... I want to say a curry, but it's not a curry. I think it's just like a soup. I guess it's just a soup. It's definitely not a curry. It's just curry adjacent. Yeah, so I would imagine that it's similar to that. Oh, that's rough. Oh yeah, like diced raw onions in a thing that's supposed to be smooth is pretty rough. Look, as an Irishman, I can safely say that it is a hate crime to put anything into potatoes You think that there's going to be a follow-up, like, end of that sentence. There's not going to be. Putting anything in your potatoes is a hate crime. That's my official stance. I'm going to die here because of the leech. Let's see here. We could try getting across here. We might be able to make it happen. So let's try it. Because Cortal isn't even particularly low. Okay. So that leech pack is going to be a pain in the ass to clear, but we should be able to do it reasonably easily just by splitting the pack. Look, I don't hate literally everything in mashed potatoes. Like, you can cook them with garlic. I don't want to say that you can put garlic in them because I don't agree with that. I'm thinking specifically about mashed potatoes, by the way. Specifically with mashed potatoes, I feel like there's anything that you add in there that makes them no longer have that texture of the mashed potato is a crime. Can you add anything? Like, the thing is that I just like potatoes. God, I remember, I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was Saturday. On Saturday, I was like, you know, potatoes are quite flavorful, right? If you don't get, like, because my wife is talking about the fries that we were eating at some restaurant, and the saying that they were, you know, pretty good, and that, like, usually French fries don't taste this good, and I'm like, this is really pretty much the baseline of what you should be able to expect from a French fry, because they just taste like potato, and potato tastes good, right? Like, the way that people mess up French fries is because they keep adding sawdust to the French fries. Basically, like, you fuck it up by having it not be fully, you know, potato, or by doing unholy things to the potato to make it no longer have, you know, the basic flavor profile you would expect from them. Because again, like, I am of the perspective that they're pretty flavorful by default. Anyway, my wife was like, what the hell are you talking about? So, but I stand by it. I am correct. I am correct in this. Potatoes are surprisingly flavorful. Okay. I don't know who's coming up to me from behind, but I'm not happy about it. Oh, there we go. There's the unconsciousness that kills me. Let's see. I'm not a huge fan of either cream or cheese. I like cheese in like certain contexts, but it's not like a huge thing for me. And I'm not like a huge fan of cream. So cream cheese specifically, I do not like. I don't have like super strong opinions on it, but cream cheese is not a thing that I like. I find both cream and cheese on their own, as individuals, kind of thing. Okay, we need to heal up a bit. Unfortunately, because we had to run across there, we ended up taking a shit ton of damage. I was hopeful that we could basically just clear out that summoner, but we were really, really low when we started trying hard on that. From a flavor perspective, I mostly just like the closest you can get to a curry, the more likely I am to enjoy it. Is the way that I would describe my palate. I like the flavors to come from, like, you know, like I like meat pretty much on its own, right? Which doesn't go in with the curry thing, but just let me cook. I like meat's flavor on its own, so if I'm having just meat on, I don't want anything necessarily, right? Like, I'm fine with putting some like salt on it, or if the chef wants to add salt or garlic or whatever it is that they're going to add to the meat, like, I'm not going to, complain about it, but I also don't have any need for it. And I'm also... So I like very simple stuff like that. If I'm having potatoes, I want them to be potatoes, or I want them to be like the Cajun style seasoning for French fries. Like, I think that potatoes are a decent vehicle for that kind of flavoring. But that's it. Like, I don't like add ketchup to... I obviously don't add mustard because I don't like mustard, but I like ketchup, but I don't add it to my fries or anything like that because I don't... It's like, why would I do that? I like the fries more than I like the ketchup. You can actually get an idea of when I'm either a little under my, like, certain, like, dietary needs, or am... Or just really don't like the fries that I'm eating, based entirely on whether I put ketchup on them. If I put ketchup on them, I'm either in a very strange appetite, or the fries are bad and I'm covering them with ketchup. But these days I'm an adult. I don't need to eat bad fries. I can just eat good fries. I just don't order fries that I enjoy for the most part. I also eat fries much less regularly than I used to because I have so many other food options where it's like, if I'm cycling through like Malay food, Indian food, Western food, all the different styles of Japanese food. There's like, I live in a metropolis, right? There's not just the local cuisine. There's a billion types of food I could be having at any given moment. And So if I'm having fries, it's because I'm specifically going for fries. It's not because they come as a side dish with every order that you would ever get for dinner. So if you're going out to dinner, it's like the one thing that I can get consistently, which is pretty much the case in like America, where there's really just not a lot that I can get regularly. Because mashed potatoes at a restaurant I can't get regularly because they fuck them up too badly. And, you know, again, it's because they hate the Irish. That's the reason. They fuck up the mashed potatoes because they hate the Irish. It is, you know, it's an attack against my people. You know, there are times when I can definitely say that the fact that the Irish are not always white, they're contextually white, is very readily apparent. And, you know, in a restaurant, Irish people aren't white anymore. That's a lie. That's a lie. I am 100% kidding. Irish people are only contextually white. It does depend on context, but the contexts where Irish people are not white is mostly involving the English in some way, shape, or form. So if you're in England and you're Irish, you're probably not white a good portion of your day. Would be my guess, but in the Americas, the Irish are pretty much always white. There's just a few circumstances where that stops being the case. Mostly tied in with the Troubles, and you know whether your family counts as good or bad Irish, which is a thing that most groups that you would associate with whiteness do not have to deal with. You know, that's just not a. To because I don't know how much I've talked about this, but to specify, whiteness is not like a race. Whiteness is the ability to have your race not be relevant. That's functionally what being white is. A lot of what people associate with white privilege is actually specifically the disprivilege of non-white people that you are immune to because you are not being racialized in this moment, right? A lot of white privilege is not really a privilege. It's the absence of a thing that they shouldn't be doing to anybody, right? So so functionally, whiteness is not like a distinct category. It is not being categorized in a given context, right? So the Irish have this weird dynamic that you can see where in a lot of contexts, like the most white people in the room are the Irish, both in the sense of the, like, because they have the capacity in the Americas to pass, right? In the same way that, like, a lot of queer people can pass as straight, and you only have to deal with the consequences. Irish people are basically white passing, I think, to a large degree to this day. There's still a lot of stuff that people say about the Irish pretty casually, even in America, that makes it pretty clear that they're not like they're not really deracialized. They really are more just passing. But like there's a dynamic of model minority status that they have going for them as well. It's a whole thing, but suffice to say, the Irish are not similar to, like, they're not similar to, like, subjugated ethnic minorities in the Americas. They are not. But they are not, they are not consistently treated in the same way that someone who has, as an example, German or Norwegian, like Germanic, Frankian, like that kind of, in the same way that like Italians aren't really considered white in the Americas, right? Like that's pretty explicitly clear But unlike the Italians, the Irish have kind of like gone in an ultra conformity angle that makes it so that like a lot of Irish people are again the whitest people you know, not in the sense of like, oh well, they're just like following archetypes or whatever, but are like they're performing whiteness in a way that people who aren't Irish don't have to perform it. Irish people perform whiteness in an interesting way because it was the way that they got out of the ghettos, right? Like, they got out of Irish ghettos by performing whiteness. Anyway, and they were able to do that, which other people could not do, right? And that's a big distinction between them and, you know, other racialized people. Anyway, it's a whole thing. I think that the dynamics of like racism and how the 20th century shaped things is like a really interesting topic, but it's not super relevant right now as we are playing Might Magic 6. So, let's see. Meanwhile, anytime you bring up, how much, historically everyone has hated the Irish, you talk to your average Singaporean and they go, but Irish people are the whitest people in existence. And it's like, yes, I am aware. But they aren't going for the paleness of skin factor here. Yeah. That's not really what it's about. At any rate, we are finishing up here. We are approaching... We've taken out a few bosses. We're approaching the end of this island. I don't remember what this fountain is. It could possibly be harmful, right? And once we've cleared up here, we're going to be one step closer to finishing Tatalia. And did we finish We finished Alvar. We've almost gotten to the point where we have...
Let's leave it behind.
Thingamabobber. Let me see. We've got... Remember what is coming up fast. I'm a little bit concerned, though, now that I think about it, there's going to be quite a lot of light damage, and we actually have two characters who are completely immune to that, so it might go pretty fine. We've got that shrine over there. As long as there aren't any bosses in any of these packs, we should be fine, because I think the packs from this point on are pretty small. We cleared most of the big dungeons, or most of the big shrines. Let's see. Let's see. We are very likely going to need to... no, we probably won't. I'm just going to drop it to this and see what happens. Okay, the shrine doesn't do anything for us right now. So we got this lizard. We have the ability to dive back into this shrine for a modicum of safety. It looks like a lot of these are not willing to move. If they're not willing to move, I should probably just go back here. But back here isn't really a great position to be in, honestly. So, I'm not sure if that's... Oh, it looks like they started moving anyway. Alright, it's fine. I think that these are sufficiently weakened at this point. We've taken out enough of the actual wizards. The air damage that the wizards are doing is the bulk of my damage incoming, I think. There were quite a few of them, and they do so much more damage than anything else. There's no hit check, I don't believe. I think they're just casting Lightning Bolt. And they are bypassing my armor class completely, which is a stat that I have a fairly good amount on pretty much everybody, I believe. So, uncasting you... Swapping back to this. Let's see, we can go down here. Let's see here. We've got... I don't think we have anything to the west here. So, I think that we've cleared this. We just have like a couple of islands down here to clear. But I think that all the places that we've been to, we've already cleared. So we are going to take a look at what time it is. It's 3 o'clock. There is no training to be had in Murmur Woods, I believe. I believe that that is the case. So with no training there, we have some concerns, but we should be able to do the cowrie thing. Oh, there's nobody on this island. We might have actually finished everything. Oh. Okay. Next on the agenda is what? We've cleared out this stuff. I don't think I missed any chests or anything. That's not true. I think that I probably did because I don't actually have any idea where all the hidden chests are in all these zones. So I think I probably did miss some in like the southwest or something like that. I don't imagine that I missed anything on the upper islands. This is my magic 6, not my magic 7 or 8, which I think are more likely to have like a random tree I was supposed to click on. There is some of that in this, but it's very small compared to the other games. The other games have a lot of that. Certainly 8 does. Alright, let's take a look at our
Let's leave it
loot.
behind. This is nice.
Oh, we've got a Doom Ring with water and air resistance. Not too shabby. We have body, all resistances. So this is useless because it's boots. So boots with body resistance, nobody needs, right? Oh wait, no, you're just immune to mind. Never mind. Boots with body resistance, in theory, could be useful, but in practice, don't matter. Water resistance, air resistance. I'm wondering if I want to put this on you because I have really garbage gear on you, I believe. Okay, let's toss this in favor of this because I think this will be a pretty sizable boost to you. And the plus 10 to all stats is particularly useful for this character because this character has low, like, base boosts to hit points right now. And so getting more positive modifiers in that particularly is going to make it my life a lot easier. They also have a negative value for endurance coming out, which, how is our endurance? 130 is fairly low for this party. Not that low, though. Like, considering we have minus 73, like, this is only 20 higher. So we did get enough to get A level. Oh, shit! We did not get enough to be done. I didn't check. And now, that is interesting. So, we're going to have to clear one of these dungeons. Because we haven't done any quests, right? There's no quests that we've done. So, let's save this under bootleg done. And I did that in all caps because I wasn't looking at the screen when I was doing it. And I actually need to go AFK for a second. I will be right back. And then we will, I think, train first because we're going into the Firelord's Dungeon. And the Firelord's Dungeon is serious business. So we're doing the Firelord's Dungeon. We'll be right back. We back. Yeah, the Goblin Swarm is going to be very interesting to see. I think I know how to deal with most of the rooms in theory. We'll see how it goes in practice. Most likely I'm going to be fairly over-leveled for this. But this is a dungeon that definitely hits outside of its level range, just because there's so many enemies in each swarm that it be dangerous. WASD is not the correct control format. We're going to go ahead and... No, we're not going to do that. We need to wait until 5. Okay, we're just going to wait an hour. Whoops. Because that's a thing we can do.
Serve yourself. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Back for another lesson?
That changes things. We're not going to do what we just did because we can't afford to lose the time. That is concern. Hey. Okay. So, we don't have a ton of time. We've burned through one 3 a.m. So we have basically 2 3 a.m.s as the deadline. Would be my guess. We might get lucky, and then again, we might not. Now, you might think, shouldn't you go get food? And I should, but I'm not going to, because they're not open. Lord of Fire, servants, creature, yada yada yada. Okay, let's grab our amber. And the amber's used for doing the de-warding or something. Yep, we have 1 save on us. We can still get more from our inventory, probably. Again, famous last words. We're going to see how this goes. It is going to take a while before we can, like, do it in the first place. So, we'll just have to see. On the plus side, it seems like the generic goblins are probably not going to be too much of an issue for us, because they're just too far behind at this point. Our current character level, I believe, is 68? Is it 67 or 8? 67. So we are substantially higher level than everything in here except the bosses. We might be a little under the ogres, but so here's our first boss. You are venomous. We need to pull you around the corner, and we need to potentially pull you around more than one corner, but I'm going to try to just do it at this corner. On the plus side, it is a physical attacker, which means that there's a decent chance that it just straight up misses me. Which means that it won't get the venomous proc. So that's pretty simple to deal with. We have one really powerful enemy in here. It's going to be a huge... Why am I doing this? This is something I can easily handle. Okay. Whoa! Forgot you were here. So our goal is just to siphon enough enemies out of any given pack that we can basically clear them without like actually dying to the burst. If nobody goes down to burst, I think we can handle the longer term. Should be fine, I think. And we're actually already at 11%, so this is probably going to go better than I had anticipated. I was thinking that this would be... I fairly sizable problem. And this chest is locked. Okay, well, I picked definitely the right place to go to first, I guess. So this will take me back, but take some of my health, which doesn't really matter that much. Can I jump out of here? No, because I don't have the jump spell. I mean, I do, but I'm not changing my spell selection to cast it right now. So we take a little bit of damage off of that, but nothing too major. So we went straight north, right? We're just going to rotate... let's rotate counterclockwise just to make myself the most confused I can possibly get with my pathing. What level are you? So the ogres are level 59 base, as opposed to 52 for the goblins. So ogres are going to be a little beefier, a little bit more dangerous, but probably not that huge a deal, would be my guess. There are too many on us to like fight all these at once like this. We have disease, we're not going to cure that yet. Actually, we can cure that because we need to do the healing anyway. So, let's do a bit of a corner play here. Do we want to do a corner play, or do we want to move to a different corner just so that we can parse out the fight into a more manageable chunk? Similar result either way. So, we have a hole here that we'll drop down into eventually. We have, what, ogres here, I believe? Would be a guess. We have somehow only gotten the one on us. And this is probably too many to just casually fight. We'll worry about doing stuff like melee kiting and stuff. Well, there's not that many left. Yeah, let's see how much damage they can do. Okay. With 4 of them, they didn't hit us at all, so hard to tell. We do have some top tiers in this, so we're going to try to just clear this by using this as a template. We need a bit more HP on Commoniton to enable them to survive a hit or 2. All wards must be destroyed. Okay. Remember, let's jazz this door. It does open. Does not seem to be a hole here. This goes to another door. This is a one-way door. And I think that must have been one of the ward doors because I have one less amber now. I think the way that it works is that you lose an amber when you do the ward doors, right? Okay, this is completely empty, which is kind of surprising. And we're going to drop down that hole now. So just double speed it up. Boop. And drop in here. This is going to lead us to the big center room that we cannot fight in. And I don't remember which side is the hole. So we're going to drop down this hole immediately. Yarhu. And that leads us to... Oh, this is a circle back to this room. Interesting. Doesn't help me a ton. How are we going to do this bit over here? We've got I could jump down again. My concern is that I'm going to get trapped in that pack, which has happened in the past. But now that I've acknowledged the threat of that happening, it'll be mostly funny if it happens. So I think I'm going to just try to jump past them. And we're going to drop down this hole instead, which is a better hole for us. So this hole allows us to clear this pack fairly easily. It also allows us to get back up. So we can clear out this pack and move on with our lives. Somebody drop down on me, question mark? Nope. Alright. Oh, there's a swapper here, so if that swapper hits me with a projectile, it's going to pull me into that pack. That's fun and exciting. Hopefully it dies and does not do that. We have a ceiling like right above us that's blocking most of these projectiles, I think, so we have that going for us. Also, it's not actually in front of us, it's next to us, I think. Yeah. So we need to clear out these. There's no way that swapper can hit us from here. Okay, we need to pull back. Because we definitely can't handle the entire pack all at once. That is too many enemies. But once this pack is cleared, I think we'll be in fairly good shape. Somebody's hitting us. Did you drop down? You did not. It's just somebody from... Are you behind me? The things behind me might have been the ones hitting me. We'll go for these first. Because I feel like there were enough in front of me that if it was the ones in front of me hitting me, I would probably have taken more damage than that. Though, admittedly, the pack has been thinned out a lot now. So we honestly might be able to just expose ourselves and be fine at this point. Okay. Not a lot of ogres in this pack either. It's mostly just goblins. Alright. So, that room is mostly done. There's an ogre chieftain here. But yeah, this was a good find in my last run. Okay, anything else? There's somebody else trying to hit me. I'm not going to worry about them right at this moment. Dropping down to here. That is a goblin king. Can I... Yes. So I can aggro these chieftains. Start clearing them. It looks like we might be able to pull... There we go. This fallen defender. Once we've cleared this out, we can just drop down into there. Take this thing out. Now, I should take off shield so that I can cast jump when I'm doing stuff like jumping down into a pit where I can't see the back, because I do not remember where all the spawns are. Now that I have established what I should do, we are going to do the thing that I'm not supposed to do. Okay, so we've got an A key.
Let's leave it behind.
And
It's useless.
it's the chest key.
This is nice. We don't
Spacebar
need
for
this.
the win. I don't know if this key was necessary for this one. I don't
Let's
think
leave
it
it
is.
behind.
I think the thing that requires the chest key is the thing that said it was locked just now. Let's see here. Drop down here. That is concerning. Okay. We're at 35%. We've cleared a good portion of the dungeon already. So If we do get to the point where we can save, we're going to do that. We'll probably have like 40 to 50% of the dungeon cleared by the time we get the ability to toss out a save. Yeah, by the time we get into the tutorials. I think this pack's been weakened sufficiently that we can just sit here. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go over here, pop up to this door. Open this. We can now loot all these bodies. Oop.
We should sell it.
Plate armor. Don't have space for it. This set of inventories. Do we have anything around here? We do not. Okay. So, next on our agenda is going to be going back through here and going the other direction. We're going to go straight north, see what's over here. It might just be a dead end. And that does seem to be what this is. It's just a dead end. I might be able to jump up to a higher section there, but I don't think so. I think it might be too high for that. Either way, we don't have the jump spell active right now. So we're going to start clearing through these side passages. I say side passages as I'm talking about literally the center of the complex, but you know how it be. These little
Yes.
tiny rooms. This might actually be very reasonable to fight. Nope, not super reasonable to just fight them. Reserve chieftains are going to hit real hard on the characters that do not have a lot of durability. Should check what level the chieftains are, actually. This is level 72. So these are equal to the level that I am able to train to.
Ah.
That is a wizard
nice.
camp of the gods. Nice and primordial. Wasn't this a basin? Okay, we're at 41%. We're not going to drop down there yet. I don't want to do drop downs until I have cleared the thingers. And yeah. So over time, we will eventually start outpacing more and more of the weaker... I mean, that was interesting. We got a Day of the Gods tick there. I wonder what that was about. The Day of the Gods showed up for a second. That is a boss. What type are you? You're just adamantite. Not a big problem. So, for a pack like this, it's not a big deal. The Goblin King we can deal with once we've dealt with all the others. Unless it really just gets fully up in our business, which I doubt. But once we've cleared out the majority of this pack, we can probably handle a Goblin King. But just like before, we don't need to like dive back and forth the whole time. We have to do it until we have cleared out most of the other damage dealers. So, we're about to get to Murmur Woods. When we finish Murmur... Well... Okay, that's the strong... We're about to do another dungeon over in Might and Magic 7. My hope is to get all the way to Murmur Woods today, but there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to. It seemed more likely before I realized that I had to do 2 dungeons in 6. Or rather, 2 areas in 6. But once we've cleared this place, we can pop over to Might and Magic 7. In Might and Magic 7, we can clear out a single dungeon Neither of the two dungeons that are available are that huge, though both of them are potentially time-consuming. Like, they're not trivial, they're just not enormous physically. And we can open this door, we can fight whoever's on the other side of this. And I don't think we want to jump down right now. We'll have to jump down eventually. My hope is that I don't, like, drop any of the chieftains or anything into this pit, because that'll make my life harder later. So we clear through these. Once these are cleared, we can jump over this, I guess. There's a ceiling there. You know what? Sometimes in life, there's a ceiling. This is just the way the world works. So I need to get back to that other place at some point, but that is like the central room, so it's not like it's going to be hard to find. Like getting back there should not be a huge issue. Alright, we've got 53% cleared now. Not too shabby. And we can't move any bodies there because they're upstairs. We have one random ogre here, clear that out. We have a door here that we can hopefully open. This is, I think, a door that closes again, maybe. Okay, this is just a door to teleport out. Another normal door here. I believe we're going to need to teleport out here. I think this is a dead end. And some of them from right here, so I guess I will. I think I can handle this, so let's just eat the damage. I honestly shouldn't be doing stuff like this when I don't have protection from magic cast, because if I get randomly instant death procced, it's going to be very sad. So I should be trying to minimize my damage taken.
We don't need this. Ooh.
Okay, we do have another piece of amber here, which is nice. We have a hole that we can drop down, which I guess we will. Let's see where this goes. This goes to here. We've been here. This is going to lead us to the center room again. Perfect. So from the center room, we can go... Which door did we... I guess we were on the last door, right? Because otherwise it wouldn't be open. We presumably went through them in order. So, take you... upstairs... And... Oh, is this just... Oh, this is the only thing that's here. Alright, never mind then. So, this is going to be kind of an awkward angle. Oh, I missed the jump entirely. Can I just jump up there? I might actually be able to just jump back up. What? No, we're not going to do it. We're going to go through a different... We're going to go through a different place. We're going to take this. We're taking the hit. Jumping down. We've gone due west now. We're going to go southwest. I'll deal with the corners later. Though it now occurs to me that the corners are separate from the interior. Like the southwest and the corner southwest are two different holes. Ooh, this is actually concerning. We are getting very low here. We don't have a lot of mana to get those people back up. But luckily, the people who are still perfectly fine are functionally immortal. And supplying regen. I do think there's a decent chance that Cortal is actually supplying more healing to the party than Sortira is right now, which I think is pretty funny.
I don't know it.
Okay. And as long as Cortal is doing okay, we're not doing okay relative to the amount of HP that this thing has left, I don't think. We're going to hold off. I guess you can just beat on it, right? No, we're gonna get... Oops.
I've never seen one before.
We will just keep beating on it for now, because we do have a lot of HP to play with.
I've never seen one before.
Okay, Thorn enemy is down. And now we're at 62%. We haven't even hit the first night cycle, so that's pretty cool. Nice set. Okay, we have another hole here that we haven't checked out. And we're about to be able to leave to save. Which is pretty cool. Oh shit, they can hit me through this wall. That is a big concern. Okay, we're gonna have to be very careful here. I don't like this wall. Okay. Okie dokie. Clearing through this. Just a trio left. Take these out. We are in good shape, actually. We're not quite at the point where we can leave.
Let's leave it behind.
There's no room. It's useless.
It won't fit. It won't fit.
Potion bottles, we've already checked this. Here, that's a door, this is a chest again.
We don't need this.
Nothing of
It won't
interest.
fit.
Okay, go through here. This is just a normal Goblin King. There's 6 trillion behind. This is concerning. I've taken quite a lot of damage already here. I might be in trouble. We're out of trouble, we're fine. I was a little bit concerned for a second there. There's a... Oh, well, you know, with good reason. There's actually a swapper here that could have caused a big problem. Not the little problem that it's going to cause. Because if that had teleported me over there after they had already kind of blocked off the exit, there's a sizable possibility that could have gone badly. I remember seeing the swapper being hit there. I don't know why I kept swapping mid-fight. Okay.
It's
Here's some
useless.
dagger health. Yeah, that was, I think, pulling random enemies that weren't even aggroed yet. So that door is closed behind us, I think. Interesting. Doesn't this go through? Isn't there like a secret door? Doesn't this go through to the other side? Oh. I thought this went through. Maybe it does, and I'm just a dope who's not doing it right. But we have a hole to drop through here. We're going to drop through this hole. Because we like to live dangerously. Alright, this hole drops us down into the middle here. And the middle is going to give us access to over here, which we've already been to. think we might... Did we drop into this hole? I don't think we did. But we've been to here before, so... Let's activate the stone face. We're at 70%. We're going to pop outside. We're going to save. And then we will... I saved under test instead of dungeon, like a fucking idiot. That's the first time that's happened. And it's fine. It's not a big deal. No worries. That definitely won't come back to bite me in the ass. And I believe it was the pure north path that had a chest on it before. We're going to take a look here that I couldn't open. This chest is locked, so the chest key that we have is up for key or we're in the wrong inventory. There we go.
Let's leave it behind. We don't need this. We don't need this.
Okay, we got a crystal skull. Very exciting. And we can now continue on. So we've gone to the southwest, but haven't gone to this southwest. No, I'm going to go to this southwest, see if this does anything useful. It does allow me to open a door, which drops down to the main room. No, this drops down to another ward. So that's very useful to have done. In a completely new area here. We've got the ability to save here, which is cool. We can drop down here. I don't think I've dropped down here before, but we might have been here. There's a lot of places that we have not followed a particular path to get to, but which we have been to before. I think that it just was here. I think we've established that we've done all the things there. Let's go to the... let's go to this northwest, because I feel like I've been here, but I'm just going to confirm. And it's nice having mana regen so that I can just, like, not worry about the life force stealing mechanic pretty much at all. We've definitely done this. Pop out here. Okay, we're going to go down to the south now. Concerning. This is quite a lot of enemies. But luckily it is just goblins, not a huge threat at the moment. Whoa! That was a Dark Souls style jump scare with those that corner. I guess it's neither, since I just put myself out here. I was thinking about going and diving behind this corner, because the two that came out were bosses. But then it's like, that's about the same anyway. So... this is a huge pack. On the plus side, a lot of this dungeon is like repeating chambers that you've already done. So, because of that, we've only done like half of the drop-ins at this point. We've done a little bit more than that, right? Because we've done the top and the bottom. Well, we haven't finished the bottom. So we've done the top. We're a little over halfway done in terms of which places we've dropped into. But you can see we're at like 80% clearance. It's because there's like a lot of overlap of like where these are going to drop down to, which we've already started to see, where there's just like a lot of passages that lead into each other and all that jazz. So, is that... are you cursed? I think you're cursed. How many are here still? Too many for me to... Too many for me to fuck around with. Like, we've cleared a lot of this pack, but this is a really massive pack. Like, this room, I think, is on its own, like, maybe a third of the enemies that we had left in the dungeon before we started. Like, before we started that room, we were at 70, I think we were in the low 70s or something like that, right? So... we're at 85% now. We have another one of these warded doors. Okay, we can drop down here. We don't want to. Pop over here. Unfortunately, I don't know where that is. We're going to definitely need a corner for you. And we can just ply our trade yet again. Clear out these raiders. Not too much difficulty. I think this is probably the last really big room. It's probably going to be mostly cleanup after this. There were a lot of enemies in this room, and these are ogres, so my guess is that this is the last one of these chambers that looks like this, and that we will be clearing out like connecting corridors and like endpoints at this point, rather than I have no idea where that enemy is. I'm curious about the fact that it's just like one of them. There's probably a hole around here that I just need to drop into, and that enemy either fell down the hole or I aggroed it through the hole. Okay, we're at 90%. That cleared.
We don't need this.
And... so we have already cleared a third of the enemies left. Without having finished this room yet. I don't think there's any bosses in this. Just clear this. Let's go grab the goblins over here. Just Goblin King. There's another pack right here. I think we're okay here. We have like a few hitting us, but not the whole pack, I don't think. So we'll clear out the ones that are hitting us. Clear out some of the ones that aren't hitting us. But no, I think they're hitting us. Once that's done... excuse me. You know, I should play Super Mario RPG again at some point soon. There's some really great lines in that game, and some of the great lines are things that you don't even always get. There's like one of the funniest lines in existence is in that I remember, like, that just still periodically comes back to me whenever, like, I am in a situation where I'm trying to do something to my enemies, and I'm like, how dare you? And the whole basis for me saying that might actually be from this one line in Mario RPG where some guy goes, how dare you dodge the barrel? And it's just really funny to me. I find it delightful. And, yeah. It's just a random line in an old RPG.
I can't
There's
carry
no
anymore.
room.
Like, I think that Super Mario RPG is one of the great Squaresoft RPGs. Like, it is one of the greats. Like, 100%, like, top tier, like, them at their best.
My pack's full.
Which is funny for
It's useless.
a game that's called
It's
Super Mario
useless.
RPG. It's funny for
My
that to
pack's
be,
full.
like, a top tier Square product. Right? Like,
Let's leave. I
top
can't
tier,
carry anymore.
you know, Final Fantasy content. That, you know, that's what I would say. One of the best Final Fantasy games is Super Mario RPG. It's one of the best of the series, in the Final Fantasy series. That is top tier game. So where the hell are you? All right, let's go back to the entrance. We have a few places that we can drop down. We're gonna try just jumping to this section here. There's an ogre here, and there's a bunch of other enemies here as well. So this might well be the last pack in the entire dungeon, because this is a lot of enemies for 1%. Right?
No match for me.
Okay, we got dungeon completed. So there's definitely more enemies in here. This dungeon is just so jam-packed with enemies. It's wild. It is wild that we have not cleared every single enemy in here. Have we seen a single boss that's an ogre? Holy shit, there's like a whole extra room here. Right. You know, I said that that other one was the last one, but it didn't occur to me that we haven't seen this side of this chamber. This is the last one, probably. Okay. So this is the last major outlet here. Let's see. Loot your body. Is this a door? Nope. This is a door that we can get to. We'll have to come to here from another location to get that. And I think... let's just drop down here, because we haven't done that yet. Never mind, we can't jump down here. We are in the green, so that's a good sign. And we are going to finish exploring the map. I'm going to save. I'm going to save this under danger. I don't think I need to save it under danger, but we're going to do it anyway. We have not gone to the southeast yet, I think. There is an enemy in this direction, so we know we haven't cleared everything. Which direction is it? I think it's north of me. Okay. So, from here, we need to go east. This is a new section that we haven't been to. How many are here? Okay, this is another one of these doors. This leads to here, but we did see that we were in the yellow just now, which means I'm missing something somewhere at the very least. And maybe it's in the center. Let's see. Right, we're gonna pop out to save because we've just gotten like another portion of the actual quests done. And I think we've now gone everywhere, right? Okay, it looks like there's only the one that has the 2 outlets. There's the 2 outlets right here. Oh, we can actually see the enemy that we've missed. Okay, so it's in the south somewhere. How do I get to you? Can I get there from here? It is... We need to get to there. These things are not connected to each other, I don't think, so let's go through this teleporter. Actually, no. Let's go over here. Drop down here. This takes me to the center chamber, I think. To the center chamber, do I have... no. Can I get there from here? Unfortunately, this map is very hard to parse. with I'm gonna try this room. I think it might. Yes. It's connected to this. We can open this door. Oh, the swapper! The swapper, what, swapped off the map entirely? What happened to you? That's so funny. I completely forgot about this enemy. I'm like, where the hell did you go? Swapper, no swapper. Okay, we got some plate. Let's see. They do love to swap. I'm just confused about where it could have swapped to that had an enemy for them to swap with. There must have been like a room that had like one enemy in a pack, and it swapped in with that one enemy, so there was no other like there was no sign left behind or something. I have no idea. Because like I think that was the last enemy. Okay. We've cleared that quest. Let's pop out of here. Let's see how much experience we've gained. We now are eligible for level 73. We've only gained one level of experience. So... though we are almost to level 74, so that's useful. Monster level in Might and Magic 7 and 8 is both 46. Which is pretty solid. So Might Magic 7 is where we're going next. We will hit up the Merc Stronghold, I believe. I think that makes the most sense. Hope that wasn't super loud, actually. Just like slamming the cap right in front of the mic. That's a good plan. Let's see here. So it's 1 a.m. We didn't even hit the point of weakness before we finished that. So... let's go ahead and save this under Temple Done. The way that I typed Bootleg Done does definitely look like a serial killer wrote it, but it's fine. I don't know if I checked this chest, so we're gonna go... oh god, what did I do? Forgot to cure the disease. But I think... okay. Now that I have Master, even if I travel, I'm still broadly fine. Let's check everybody's status effects. Weak, 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 weak. Doesn't matter a huge amount because we do have the thing that we can do to cure that. And we are going to 7, actually. We're going through Tatalia, which means we're going to Arathia. To Tatalia, which means we're going through Arathia. Nailed it. First try. Okay. So we're going to Tatalia. We can train there, hopefully, and get those levels done. It is currently Sunday. Ooh. We're in an arena location. Do we want to take the arena? Let's do it. We're going to wait until morning. We will go to the arena, get that done. I don't remember how many night level wins we have. I think we just have the 1, right?
We'll have to come back later. Need a ride? Hitch up the horses.
I think we just have the 1.
Come on, let's go in.
And... probably just gonna die here.
Never seen one before.
You're level 75, 45, 33. Probably in trouble here. Yep. Yeah. Alright, we're still not at a point where we're going to be able to consistently handle the arena. I'm reloading this back to just be like, okay, that is still not always going to be feasible. I don't want to get a lot of like RNG in play there. So we've gotten at least one victory there, but I think that in the near future we're going to have a much easier time with that stuff. Oh, you know what? That's part of the reason that I have so much HP on those characters. Those two already have one of their promotions done. So they have a huge amount of extra base HP. That makes sense. Okay, so it's currently Friday. We are heading to Antagaric and getting this done. What else do we need to do? I'm trying to go from, I guess we're just going to walk to Tatalia. Or no, we're going to walk to Arathia at the very least. We're probably going to walk to Tatalia too. Just take a walk. And once we get to Tatalia, we need to go to the temple. We also need to adjust our buffs, because I think we have access to stone skin heroism? We have access to two things. I don't remember what they are. But we have access to a couple things there. And it's after 3 o'clock now, right? It sure is. So this is about the perfect time to be getting here, honestly. Missing link. Is there? That's an Adventurer's Inn. Don't think that there's a trainer there. So we're going to go do the Merc Stronghold, but before we do that, we're going to pop over to the inn, which, never mind, we can't pop to the inn right now. How are we going to handle this? It's currently 3 o'clock. I guess we'll cure our weakness, and then we'll go do the pedestal work, and we might be able to get this done. So this is... Oh, wait, this is considered an empty barrel now. So yes, this pedestal... We won't be able to use the heroism pedestal, because it turns into an empty barrel when it's used, which I forgot to file a report on. And Severia is the one who has that cast. Do we need to uncast that, actually? No. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything you could be casting that would replace it. I guess I could cast Shield with you instead. Okay. So we're disabling Stone Skin. We're enabling Shield with you. That should free up some of your mana. We're going to activate Stone Skin with this. And then we have access to a mana pool with you to get either mana plays or to get a buff cast. I don't have access to Day of the Gods right now, so maybe I should cast the Fire is Might? Question mark? No, Body is Might, I think. We don't have body resistance on you. Fire resistance is it. So that's a no. Air is speed. Speed isn't bad. Water is luck. I like luck. Luck isn't super optimal for what we're about to be facing, though, because there's no elemental damage in play, I don't think. Outside of the traps, I guess. This gives me endurance. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to take this, give myself a little bit of extra HP on everybody before we start this up. And then I think I am just going to walk up there. And do we want to try to do this dungeon with no saves? I think we should, because there's not really a reason that we can expect to get any saves before we're at 65% anyway. It's a tiny dungeon. I mean, tiny. It's a in Might Magic 6 terms, it's a tiny dungeon. In Might Magic 7 terms, it's like a mid-sized dungeon. But like you can barely save in this place. So I think it makes the most sense for me to jump into this place and see how things go. And if we feel like there's some reason that we have to that we're going to need to save in here,
My weapons are ready.
then we can worry about it then. So for now, we're going to clear out the people in the murder holes because the murder holes don't work properly. I mean, they are murder holes, but they kind of only work for me. Okay. I don't know when I learned the term murder holes. I don't even know if it's a real term. It might be something I picked up from my dad. My dad might have talked about, like, medieval fortifications at some point and referenced these as murder holes. I think it's some History Channel shit, though. I think that this was some History Channel shit. Now, you might be surprised to hear me say History Channel would be where I would have picked up information about medieval castles or some other historical thing. But there actually was a period where the History Channel covered history. That was a thing at one point. I know now they pretty much exclusively cover Bigfoot, but murder holes? Like a hole in the ground, but for murder? Basically, it's sort of like I believe. Bear in mind that I'm recalling this term from like middle school. I believe it refers to like basically slits at the base of a tower. Oh, maybe I picked it up from Age of Empires actually. I might have picked it up for. I think it might be in Age of Empires. I think murder holes might be a technology in Age of Empires 2 that that eliminates the minimum range on towers and castles, which have a minimum range by default, I think. I could be wrong, but I think that might be where I picked it up from. I played a lot of Age of Empires. Well, I'm glad that it isn't just some random shit that my dad said a billion years ago, and that someone else has heard the term used at some point. Okay, you know. There we go. We got there. We figured it out. I didn't learn it from my daddy. I learned it from Age of Empires. That's a much more reliable source. Okay, we have Champions of the Sword here. They are meandering around, and they do have access to us before... Oh! That's a Swift Master! Hello, buddy. Can you... Could you not? Ooh, you can't not, can you? You can't help yourself. Oh, boy. Concerning. Ooh, boy. Okay. This is going to be rough.
Let's go in.
Alright, we're activating double speed. I think these are all preset, like what enemies are in here. I'm tempted to not go into that room because I'm worried that that room is going to be particularly difficult, but I think that basically every room has like a pack of Champions of the Sword that I could potentially be dealing with. So it's like... I don't know. Oh, shit. Okay. So there's a lot more than one archer in here now. Regenerating elite archer. Regenerating, huh? That's... Oh, that's a concern. Ooh. So we can hit some of them from angles where we can't be hit, but it's a very specific angle where we're not hittable here. And they can hit me from pretty broad angles. We'll see what happens here. That regenerator is going to cause problems for my ability to hit the others. I think I'm going to jump across. Alright, we've jumped across. I think we're going to get burned down here, actually. We're not in a safe spot where we are. We're still taking a bunch of damage, I think. Yep. GG. Okay, so this is going to be a concern. The reason I wanted to run across was because I wanted to do some other stuff, but I misjudged that pretty badly. That was a significant mistake. Oh shit. What level are you? I can't see what level you are. That's concerning. Is murder holes the term that they use in the actual castle construction, or did the person on YouTube pick up the term from Age of Empires and just use it? Because it's like, it's describing like a real, like, portion of a castle, I believe, right? But I'm curious whether murder holes is a colloquial term that existed already to refer to these structures, or a technical term. That would be really funny if it's the actual, just fully technical term. Oh yeah, the technical term for this portion of the structure is a murder hole because it was made by people in the Middle Ages to murder. See. God, imagine the cleanup on boiling oil, too, though. Okay. Is that what, French? Does that word in French mean murder hole? Is that what it means, like, in French? Or does it just kind of sound, like, with the mur? Does it kind of sound like murder? So, when the English, you know, heard the French using this word, they decided to just start calling it murder holes. Because I'm curious if there's even, a relationship between the two. Because, like, you know, obviously, there's not really a ton of, Wait, is murder? Oh my god, murder is fucking French, isn't it? Oh my god, murder's too fancy to be German. It even sounds like it would be French. Is murder French root, not Germanic root? That's so funny. That moment when you realize that murder is too atas to have Germanic roots. Atas means fancy. It kind of means it's high class, fancy. Generally speaking, fancy. That was concerning. It was so far away from where I would expect it to be. Oh boy. Oh boy. I saw that sword. But I think etymology is pretty interesting. One thing that I think is very funny about English is the fact that like all the fancy words are French because the French conquered them the most recently. Just stuff like, ah yes, cow, Germanic, beef, French. So, we're going to clear out these, and these enemies are still, like, ludicrously strong for us. The Master of the Sword can probably insta-gib Sortira. They maybe can't, but I think they probably can. They're probably over level 100. And they have heroism. So my guess is the Master of the Sword will probably just give us. But on the plus side, this is a fairly small dungeon overall. Doesn't have a huge number of rooms.
No match for me.
So if we can clear out like this room and then maybe like one more room, we might be able to start getting close to 65%. And having some food wouldn't really help us much, I don't think. Because I don't know if I clear out this room and the one next to it, I don't know if that gets me terribly close to my goal of being able to get into the greenest. That was... not moving correctly. Oh god! This might be able to just kill me outright. It can. We need to pull to this corner and hope. That's it. Nope. We're dead. GG. Oh god, this is gonna be so rough. Oh man. So, not being able to save in here is a big issue. Oh god, there's a boss in this side pack now. Okay, we have the elite archer that we can potentially just kill from this corner. Oh boy. I think we need to clear the upstairs first, and basically hope that the upstairs corners are appropriate for this, and we might need to isolate the Master of the Sword packs on their own after we've cleared the rest of the dungeon. I think there's some Masters of the Sword in the top room, but we basically clear this room here. We go upstairs. I'm going to ignore the two side chambers here for now because they're not in my way. I can ignore those for now. So we'll ignore those until we're getting closer to 65%. Once we're close to 65, we can come down here and just get some free stuff. But there's no reason to, like, spend the time on it until we know that we need it. Because I think that there are other rooms that don't have, like, any... Oh, God damn it. One of these is leaked. And I'm hitting a golden right now. Nope. I'm in deep shit. I'm not hitting an enemy that is even in play. I think I'm just gonna die here. Let's see if I can just... It took too long to transition to this. And I'm getting hit by more than just the ones that I was getting hit by before, I think. Okay. Stop hitting the archers! God, these archers are fully just blockading the actual enemies that I need dead. Oh my god. Oh, this is so rough. Okay, so I don't think that corner is a viable way to fight these. Not with any consistency, so we're going to ignore that corner. We're going to go upstairs. We're going to open this door. We're going to go in here. And we're going to start using this area if we can. That is... Oh, shit! Okay. Nope. We're gonna need to use this room. We can't use this way. And we might be both here. Yeah, we're both. Okay, so we're gonna need to use those upper rooms like that. And I'm a little concerned. Is this open? This isn't open, we're fine. So there's no guarantee that we'll be able to get through this center area without running into problems. But we'll find out. This is a good corner with a bad angle approaching the corner. So if the enemies were going to be coming from the right side, this would be an amazing corner. Because the enemies are all approaching from the left, I think is going to end up being broadly useless once we start doing the things in play. On the plus side, we have mostly archers here for right now. And interestingly enough, the raider is far enough to the right that we can just clear these this way, potentially. And if that one, which is low tier, gets to me, we actually can even get vision on these from here. Though they also have vision on us from here. It's just that they're archers, not melees. So if the melee was here, in the position this elite archer is, we'd be taking continuous damage this entire time. This is functionally what happened in the previous corner, which means that this is going to be a concerning corner to use. However, the difference between this corner and that other corner, is that I can actually move around with this corner. This corner isn't... I'm not, like, locked in to, like, a very specific location here where I just can't maneuver at all. So my hope here is that we can clear this out. We're going to try to clear these two, and we're going to pull out. Okay. This is a tier 2. Okay. Who the fuck is shooting me? Wait, what? The fuck? Okay. I can see them now. I need them locked in somewhere. Okay, I can hit it through the floor here to a degree. too far. Position. Fuck. Yeah, these elite archers hit hard. That is negative 730 on a character who was at full HP when they got hit, I think. That's 2 down. Suboptimal. So who's here? Can I use it? Wait, can I just use the murder holes? I can't, right? I might be able to just use these murder holes. I doubt it, but... Oh shit, there's a third here? Fuck, I walked too far forward. I think we're okay here. We're gonna just hold down this. Okay, we've got regen back in play. Damn it! Oh. The elite archer came in and just tagged me from behind, which I knew was a thing that could happen. Okay. So, we are going to clear the murder holes in advance. Because I was thinking that that middle room wasn't going to be that big of a deal, but it's only not a big deal if there's very few of the raider types in that room. So we'll clear you out. What I'm curious about is because these aren't even attacking, it makes me feel like they do not have line of sight on me at all. If they don't have line of sight on me at all, I'm wondering if I can actually pull the enemies from the other room. Okay, is there anybody directly in front of me here? Yes, they're actually attacking. Okay, this is probably just gonna kill me outright. Oh boy. You know what? You might not, but the others will, because we've got a big pack. Okay. The murder holes are not a super safe place to try to pull them to, turns out. Okay.
Let's go in.
So, is there a better strategy I can use with this spot? Ooh, there's plate armor there. Okay, right now, they're in a very nice position that I like a lot. They're all leaning on one side of this place. The bandits are in front, and they're not hitting me one in the deepest part of this corner. So, we have lucked into a good draw here, or we have lucked into a good strategy here. One of the two. The exact position that I was standing might make this fairly consistent if I do it this way, or it could just be that I got lucky. We don't really know. But, let's see, it's 11:40. What we do know, shit, is that I moved too quickly there and got myself pegged. I'm going to try to burn through all the rest of you. Okay, I accidentally aggroed the archers. I think what I did this time that's different is that I didn't actually aggro the archers at all, because the archers are on the right side of the room. So I opened the door, only aggroed the one type of enemy, So this, I think this is probably the strat. I shouldn't have given up on this corner as quickly as I did. We just need to make sure that we're not dealing with archers at the same time, because the archers are going to come a bit closer, or at the very least to a position where they're more exposed. And as a result, I'm going to be killing the archers first, but I need to be killing the melees first, because the melees can hit me, the archers can't. So, clear these out. That was spooky. I saw like that flash of light out of the corner of my eye. Okay. We're on double speed now. Okay, I don't know how many of the top tiers are left. I think they might not have any more top tier of the raiders. Top tier is bandit, I think. So fortunate. Okay, so once we've cleared through the rest of these, and we can't just willy-nilly take hits from the raiders either, which is unfortunate. Like, this is a dungeon where pretty much everything in here is really fucking dangerous. Is that curse? Yes, it is. And I think I saw... Okay, I saw two. I think it was both archers, though. Okay. So luckily, from this position, we can clear up the two archers, and then we can go to... clear up the bandit, who's deeper. Yeah, we have a lot more HP on these than we do on the goblins, that's for sure. We're unfortunately not going to have time to finish Murmurwoods today. We might be able to get it started. I don't know how much progress we're going to make in Murmurwoods. Honestly. Those unicorns are going to really fuck me up. I have the advantage that the wisps are incapable of wiping me. Because they do light damage, and I have two characters that are fully immune. So I'm pretty sure that all of the wisps are, technically speaking, because of preservation, just fully incapable of wiping my party. I'm going to clear out these bowmen. We've cleared that middle room. We're going to try the top room now. If we can clear out the top room, which might have the best corner in the place, we can also check that room and see if it's viable to use the table in there. But I don't think it is. I think we've established in the previous run that the table is not useful to us for our purposes. So, we can get a few percent off of these two side areas. Okay. That's concerning. They were hitting me from a place that I don't think I can hit them. But for right now, this corner looks fine. I would dare to say this corner seems optimal for my purposes right now. I like this angle. This is an angle of approach that doesn't involve diving into the wall. The enemies are all in a fairly coherent location. And it's a nice big pack with lots of clearance percent locked in it, I assume. I think one of those enemies was worth 2%. I think one of the tier 2s was worth... gave me more than 1%, basically. Which means that... I believe if we kill a total of 30 more enemies, we're pretty much guaranteed to be golden. Because at the very least, if you hit 2, you don't know where it is in terms of between 1 and 2, but you do know it's between 1 and 2. So you know that it's not like 0.8. Kind of like automatically, you know? So we do have a bandit here. We have a bowman here. I don't know if this bowman is a solo, or if I just haven't pulled the rest of the pack yet. Because I haven't fully exposed this this area yet. So it's possible that that was released when I did, that was the only thing that was in that pack on the right side of the room. It's also possible that I didn't go far enough to reveal the entire pack, as you can see. So we just stay in this corner. We're far away from the wall, so we shouldn't get tagged by like the projectile hitting the wall. And unfortunately they haven't both come in, but now they are? Okay, this archer's coming in. So, we're at 44%. This will probably take us to 45. It took us to 46. That was for a tier 1 archer. So that's pretty good for us. Okay, we've actually cleared this room now. We have 46% clearance. We have a chest here that we've opened. It's empty. And we can go onward. Let's try another room. That was very spooky. It scared the shit out of me. I don't remember if this has Masters of the Sword, but I think it might. Okay, we didn't aggro any of them yet. Okay, we aggroed some. Now my goal here is to be able to use this corner, but we can't, so we're going to swap to a new corner. We're going to use the staircase here. We don't have any archers in play, so nothing can hit us from downstairs right now. And they can obviously walk up the stairs to us. Okay. Was not expecting them to just get stuck in a chain like this, but hey, you know, I'll take it. I don't know if this can one-shot me or not, but I do know that it can't now. Okay. So, anybody else down here? Yes. So we have some archers in this room. I don't know how I keep avoiding those traps, but I'm very scared that I'm going to get tagged by that trap, so I'm going to jump over here. I think we're safe here. We can clear these. We don't have that much left, but unfortunately we are going to have to open up another box. We know the two front rooms are chock full of enemies that are going to obliterate us. So I could try pulling them to this corner, but we've established with the bandit that this corner doesn't work super hot for us. So it is that side and not the first side. Okay, so yellow.
This is nice.
This.
Ooh.
Okay, that's interesting. Who gets it right now? Alright, we're going to do a minimum of 1, maximum of 5. 3. Severia. Okay. Severia has randomly been chosen to receive all of the barrels. That is what's happening. Because it's just easier for me that way. Okay. And this isn't safe, right? Definitely isn't, because there's a thing right next to me. Alright, we're gonna loot these chests, which
Sorry.
maybe I shouldn't honestly be bothering with right now. Because there's no guarantee that I make it through this, but
I
hey,
can't. Ooh.
hard level
This
69.
is nice.
Alright, we have a bunch of stuff that we can't use yet, but which we can use the second that we train.
Ooh. Ooh.
There's no room.
My pack's full.
Oh god, we need to deal with our inventory stuff.
We don't need this.
Inventory management needs a bit of work. Not
Let's
gonna
leave it
lie.
behind. Let's leave it behind. We don't need this. We don't need this.
So that's a lot of chests. Nothing too crazy, but it's not terrible. Okay, we jumped across. Okay, we're gonna go down here. What? I forgot about that trap. Imagine if I had gotten hit by that. Alright, this is actually a room that is on its own. Ooh, right. Yeah, there's not actually that much to this dungeon, huh? I thought that there was a whole extra room. That there isn't. Which means that we definitely are going to have to do one of the 2 rooms that houses Champions of the Sword. I'm going to try this one first. I aggroed way more than I want. Oh god, you walked straight to me! Please! Nope, nope. Don't do it. I said don't do it! Not do it! Doing it is the opposite of not doing it! Don't do it! No, I said... Stop doing it! Stop doing the thing! God damn it. Oh, man. Okay, so we need to clear one of these 2 rooms. Oh, man, this is going to be so rough. Oh, it's going to be so rough.
Buy weapons ready.
Because every fucking time we need to re-clear this initial pack.
I'm wounded.
Alright.
Can someone heal me?
What am I even moving for? I don't know what I'm doing. Please? Okay, I got the kill. That's the important thing. Okay. So I don't think that this opening pack is going to be that crazy right now. This is probably going to be fine. Oh, man. We're basically looking to either find a really good position that the enemies aren't leaking. Like, use a really nice corner. And I'm trying to think of if there are any in this place. And I'm just, none of the corners in here are really coming to mind as super solid allies in my quest for
No match for me.
victory here. The table might be useful, but unfortunately that room that we just went into there was very densely populated. So, with how densely populated that room was, and how quickly we aggroed so many of them, I feel like that room is going to be rough. I'm going to try the other room. So we're going to try the east side room, and we're going to try clearing that room immediately. We're not going to clear out anything else here, because right now, this is a fairly weak version of this initial room. So the odds that we are able to clear all the way to 65% without any of the thingers is extremely low with this particular setup. So we're going to try clearing these, and then we're going to clear the right room. On the plus side, this does seem like it's going to be fairly consistent, as long as the initial group on the left doesn't just leak in and just obliterate me, like outright. Yes. What is that? Still in the red is because the enemies behind me in the murder hole rooms. Okay, we've aggroed one, I think. That's one Master of the Sword. Not sure how I feel about its current positioning. But, you know, I'm pretty happy to get a Master of the Sword early, not gonna lie. We are getting close to where we need to be. I think if we fail on this attempt, I am going to go level up. Because there's quite a lot of levels that I have left on the table right now, and that absolutely could make or break things with a lot of these packs, and they'll definitely increase my efficiency against the lower tier enemies at the very least, even if they don't meaningfully impact my odds of survival against that thing's gonna hit me from here. I think it still hit me. Nope, maybe it can't. I should not have pulled out though. How are we feeling about standing exactly where you are right now forever? Do you feel good about standing here forever? Because I'm a little uncomfortable with the fact that you've already moved. That is quite concerning. Okay, we need to get Venomous out of play. Can I just kill you from here? No. You're locked over there for right now, but for how long? Okay. Where'd the other one go? Oh, fuck. We're jumping down. We're jumping back up. Oh shit! Damn it! Oh, we killed the first one too. I have no idea how that one was low enough for me to kill it there. Oh, buddy, I can't believe we got that far into that pull. Oh god, no, there's something of you. Oh god, we got the interest too. Okay. Yep, things are going to start going very badly here. Unless I can clear this robber out.
Me.
Okay, that one's down. That was able to hit me from the corner, so... But luckily it was visible if I moved out of it, so... We're okay for now.
No match for me.
We do still have a shit ton of those in play. Man, I can't believe I fucked up the pull on that thing so badly. We actually had such a good position there. I didn't realize the champion was as low as it was. I was taking the pot shot there, but if I had been a little bit faster on the turnaround there, if I had dodged that attack, I think I might have had it. I might have been able to lock that in. It would be difficult. The setup for that would have been a little complicated, but I think it could have been done. And it's really sad because, you know, that's... If there's any enemies in here that we want to be a boss, it's those. Right? Those are the enemies that we want to be bosses, because huge amounts of experience off of that, and the potential for, you know, the best possible gear that we're going to get in here, right? So, just very unfortunate that we have lost that attempt to the ether. Because, you know, we managed to pull back reasonably effectively. I do think that that is definitely the avenue. That's the room to go with. Because it's the room that has... I was able to pull a single enemy at first, which was great. This time we pulled more than one, but that's okay. It is hitting me from there. It's not hitting me from here. So in this position, I can hit it, it can't hit me, which is really best case scenario. Okay, we have a Master of the Sword here. If we can clear out this Master of the Sword, we'll have regained a lot of the progress that we had on the previous one. Unfortunately, the Masters of the Sword are not the most populous enemies in the dungeon. I think it's fairly unlikely that we're going to get a Master of the Sword as our boss. Though, I mean, we did clear at least one of the packs that could have been the thing already. Jeez. So... Fuck, that was way too deep. master. We got a special cutlass. Okay, that's suboptimal, but that's okay. So we're guaranteed to get a master of the sword in this room because there's the master of the sword that's like a preset enemy. Oh, I went way too far back. Oh shit! It's not on me anymore? Okay. Okay, that one warped out completely. So that's back at the start position. This has not warped out yet. At any moment, these can start... These can, like, break away and come at me from a different angle. Taking my hands off the keyboard is a very great plan right about now. It's 12:02. Okay, that's one down. Another Master of the Sword here. Okay. I'm pretty happy with 3 Masters of the Sword in this pack. Where did the bodies go? Did the bodies teleport back? Huh. Interesting. Okay, we aggroed another one. We're going to try this corner. Not a huge fan of this corner. We have 4 Masters of the Sword in one pack. Wild. Really looking forward to getting Expert Identify Monster. It's going to help a lot. Not in terms of like the actual gameplay that much, but in terms of... I'm very curious what level these are. And one of the things that I want to explore with the run is like, what are the actual level ranges that we're going to end up dealing with in a run like this. And it'd be nice to know, to be able to identify what level a Master of the Sword is. I really hope that we don't die again, because if we die again, that's going to be a very sad fate. If I had picked up... Wait, are there 5 in this pack? Oh my god, there's a 5th. That's also a Master of the Sword. I have to go pretty deep for this one. This is in a really bad position for me, I think. Maybe not. I think I was just missing because I'm missing. And the unfortunate thing is that there's no guarantee that clearing this gets me where I need to go in a timely manner as well. We have a few percent we can pick up from the bowman at the start. We haven't cleared the murder hole area. And we have all of the enemies upstairs to deal with. And we have all the enemies over here to deal with. It's tempting to think like, oh, okay, well those will be easy. And it's like, no, not really. And if any of them are leeches, that's going to be a massive problem to deal with. It might be something that I can deal with, and it might not be. We only got 1% off of that Master of the Sword. Oh, that is horrifying. Oh my god!
I require assistance.
How many Masters of the Sword are there in this pack? Concerning. Fuck. I don't like doing this from... Oh shit! I don't like doing it from down below because if I'm attacking it, I'm basically taking away my ability to cast the jump spell, and from down below I need to be able to cast jump to be able to get away. So that is what, like 6 Masters of the Sword in one room so far? There's another enemy. Luckily, it is just an initiate. It's not. Oh shit! Let's see. Okay. It's not a great position to fight in.
That hurt.
And even if this is a tier 1, I should be treating it basically as if it can one-shot me. Because it can't one-shot Sortira, but it could probably two-shot Sortira. So... And they're pretty fast. So, once we've cleared this, we will be in pretty good shape. Scared the shit out of me. There are more in here. This is an initiate. Can I use this corner? No, definitely not. We're going to this corner. This was not how I should have set that up, but that's okay. Alright. We have the lone initiate of the sword here. It was 1209. I hope that that was the last one in here. It looks like it was. Alright, that was the last enemy in this room. So, we've got 3 bodies on the ground. No loot. If we open this, is there an enemy down here? No. Okay. We've already rolled for this.
Let's leave it behind.
Sorry.
I can't carry anymore. Let's leave it behind.
Okay, Heart of the Wood. We have a quest done a billion years from now.
We don't need this. Let's leave it behind. Ooh.
Oh, shit! That is a very, very nice item. That is going to be pretty fucking good. We've got a legendary chest piece here. Very, very good. Can we figure out a way to get through this without dying? I sure hope so. We're going to clear the rest of these, and then we're going to clear the top room. Okay. Oh, we have plate armor in there as well. Okay, so we found a new legendary. That's fun and
I don't
exciting.
know how powerful this is.
Okay, we have some plate that we don't need. Okay. Clear this bowman. Clear this bowman. Clear this one. Okay. So we're at 35%. We need 30% more. We're going to fight the ones up here. Okay, that is a boss. And I have to really hope that they don't leak here, because if they leak, I'm fucked. They are not leeches, so we have that going for us. It's an adamantite bandit. Of all the times to run into adamantite. Luckily, I do have a bit of a counter to adamantite in play. Because Severia can deal percent-based damage, so that should shorten the time that we have to deal with the adamantite by a considerable margin. Dealing the gravity damage is useful. Okay. Jeez.
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully we can successfully clear through this and then don't need to open any more doors. I think we'll probably have to open up more doors after this. But I don't think we need to unlock... I don't think we need to open the last... door with the Master Swordsman in it. So we've cleared one set of 6 Master Swordsmen. It's going to be so sad if I end up getting wiped before we can save this. We've got 6 Master Swordsmen done. That's so much fucking experience. We've got a legendary chest piece that we would love to hold on to. It's also a 10% damage reduction built in, which is a really solid affix. It's got speed, which is a really solid effect as well. We absolutely need to make this work. 43%. And we've cleared some portion of this room. I don't think we've cleared half of it yet. We have multiple top tier enemies in here. Really hope we make this work. On the plus side, the angle that we're able to go at here is a shallow enough angle with the wall that we can go behind cover, like we can go in and out without running into the wall again. And Severius hitting that for 2,000 damage. Let's go. That does, however, mean that it's still very healthy. We're at 48%. So Severius is going to start hitting for garbage damage when it gets low. I have missed this thing a million times with the person who really is the most important person to have hit it. Okay, that's really funny. So the crit modifier doesn't appear to influence the percent-based damage. The percent-based damage does not crit. So you can see the percent-based damage is doing like 1,600 of the 1,700 damage that's being dealt in total, and it's very funny. Because we're getting like a 1,600 non-crit and a 1,700 crit is really funny. They're within like variants of each other basically. So that's a 1496. So it must have been a particularly big. Oh, actually no, because the damage is going to go down continuously. So yeah. Need to land more hits with Severius specifically. It's only vulnerable at certain portions of the motion, unfortunately. So we're going to be here a while. Would go much faster if I could use Severius full DPS, but that's not going to happen. I'm just like not even looking at it. I'm just like sitting here, like maintaining the position. Okay. And I do mean me in physical space, not me as in like turning the characters or whatever, which obviously I don't want to turn the characters to look at it directly. I'm going to lead Archer here. So this is definitely not going to get us to 65%. We are going to need to clear out another one of these rooms. Okay, we just crit it for 900. It's a good sign that we're getting it fairly low. I don't know how hard I'm expecting to hit with her by default. Yeah, as we get further along, she's going to have less of a damage lead over what everyone else does. Yeah, Cortol is now dealing more damage per hit. Certainly per crit. So, eventually, we'll have this thing fully burned. Once we do, I lost focus, so I'm no longer like in the zone. I really don't want to fuck this up right at the last second, because it should be pretty low now. Okay, yeah, it's definitely really low, because Severia is now critting for 240. So... Severia has pretty high DPS, but not that high of damage per hit. So... Okay, so... we definitely should only need one more pack to be able to save. We're gonna get pretty close here. If we can pull the group that is where we can clear just like part of the group at once downstairs, we should be fully solid. So okay. We pulled way more mobs than I wanted to. There are several top tiers in this pack. But I do have some great news. None of these are a leech. If any of these were a leech, that would be GG right there. Okay. There are enough enemies in this pack that I'm fairly sure this pack will allow us to leave. This pack is also, I think, pretty well and truly locked in here. So, as long as I don't fuck it up, we should be fine here. And it is also a fairly high level pack. Oh, Jesus. Nope. Did any of you move, or was that just... I might have let them get a little closer. I'm really looking forward to seeing... Oh, nope. Okay. I'm really looking forward to seeing Komano just like fully come into his own. 65 4%. We have multiple left. Ooh, that's bad. Okay, we're fine. It's safer to clear the rest of this pack than to try to run. So we're gonna clear the rest of this pack. Well, I mean, which is safer depends on how much you trust me, honestly. If I run, then I am risking getting killed from behind without really that much that I can do about it. So I'm basically like taking the power to determine whether I live or die out of my hands if I run during the fight.
Let's get out of.
We are at 69%, which is, in my opinion, pretty nice. So, whew, we've got that cleared to that point. We can take a look at what we found. This is a level 73 required necklace. That's kind of garbage. This is a broadsword that is of the dragon. This is a slight upgrade in both categories, so we might as well just tag this on.
Ah,
We have
nice.
Plate of the Gods. We have Regen Ring. And this is Mind and Air Resistance. One of you is... Yeah, you have really good
Let's
stuff,
leave
though,
it
so
behind.
not going to happen. We have some very, very solid gauntlets here. This is like 75 might, practically. It's 72? 70 to 72. I can math.
We could sell
And that's pretty solid. We've got an air magic ring that we don't need, except for the fact that it has endurance and might on it. We will go ahead and slap this over into your inventory for now. Okay, we have a club here we don't need. By club I mean
We could
mace.
sell it.
This is a Arms Master helmet with might and endurance as well. That's a very good combination. So I'll think about that. We have that done. So where's that leather that we found? We found... So this is level 92 required. Okay. It's got 200 speed on it. So that would be a 50% increase to her speed right now. Though, it's going to be a while before we can use that. Let's go finish up this dungeon. I think we have 2 rooms left to clear. We have the rest of the room on the right here. Hey, buddies. Actually, do I want to... What time is it? 7 p.m. Okay, we can't train right now, so we're not going to bother worrying about it. Okay, we're going to just go in this corner. My guess is if we're in this corner, we're probably just going to be able to pull them safely. That's not true. Please, I need you to die. You're not going to die before I boot. We need to move. Okay, we're going to transition to a different location, because that corner failed us. Did we fail the corner, or did the corner fail us? That's the deep question to this. The corner failed us. 100%. 100%. So, actually no, I was on the wrong side of the corner for enemies coming from the direction that they were coming. So, I think there's a very strong argument to be made that I actually failed the corner. Well, shit. Alright, so, on the plus side, as we start clearing these out now, we should be able to basically just clear them out, and every time we pull more of the pack, we just leave and save when they're dead, and we should be able to cleave through the majority of the dungeon this way without too much difficulty and without too much risk. Because now we're not risking all of the crazy shit that we found. There's no danger of losing everything that we have. You know? That's a convenient location for you to find yourself in. Okay. We are done with the enemies who are visible right now. I'm going to clear the rest of these bodies off the ground. Go. Save the game. Pop back in. We're at 81% clearance. Let's... We're here. I don't know why those traps aren't working, but I'm very happy that they are, because if they were working, I'd be in for deep shit. Oh, we're in the green over here now. So that's good to know as well, that we can actually save in here after we've cleared this room and basically everything else, which allows us to just leave. Doesn't make a huge difference, but
There's no room left,
some
sorry.
sort of crazy mace that we don't really need. Let's go ahead and swap this one. Right, I can't sort in a chest. Oh wow, I don't even have this inventory full.
This is perfect.
This is not perfect, actually. It's not really that impressive. I'm not feeling so hot, actually. It's fine.
We don't need this.
Make this work.
Ooh, we don't need this.
And...
We don't need this.
okay, we finished you. Finished you. Da-da-da. Okay. So now that we've looted these chests, I'm gonna open these. I don't remember. Some of these drawers, I think, are actual like drawers that you can loot, but I don't know that any of them are in this dungeon. I feel like in this dungeon, none of them are. I feel like that trap is bugged. Like, I don't think that trap is able to do the thing that it's supposed to be able to do, like the projectiles or whatever. Okay, we're going to save this, and we're going to start pulling the final room. So... okay. My presumption here is that this is going to go very badly for me over time. Yeah, I didn't miscount that other one, did I? It was like 6 Masters of the Sword, I think. Okay. That was toast. I don't know how many of these are locked in a good position and how many of them are locked in a weird position. Like that one in the back, that initiative there, that could leak out any time with no issues. That'd be very easy to leak. Because that one's in a weird, like, buggy position, not in an actual, like, normal locked position where it's like, oh yes, this can't reach you because of coherently understood frameworks of how it's trying to approach you. That one's just confused. Okay. We're at 84%. I think there's only the one Master of the Sword in here. I could be wrong. There might be 2 hitting me here. So it might be that both of these are Masters of the Sword. Which would make sense, because I'm pretty consistently hitting Masters. I hit an Initiate just there, but I dug out pretty deep. I might have hit the one that's in the back. There's an Initiate of the Sword behind them both. So if I went too deep, my cursor, which is hovering in the position that it's in, could have potentially tagged the Initiate. I don't think that's what I'm doing, though, so it's possible that one of these is the Master of the Sword. Okay. Hello, Champion of the Sword. Who's at full HP? We're fuck away from you. So we have an Initiative of the Sword here who can one-shot, which means that we need to just get the fuck out of dodge. And there are so many Masters of the Sword in that pack. Oh boy. Oh man, we are so unbelievably boned right now. Oh boy. Whew, okay. The others could rotate behind me, so this is a very dangerous position to be in. I really wish that Initiate was more injured than it is. I can't hit it from here. I can't put this on double speed because I need to be able to respond if anything happens. These are not properly locked. As you can see, as soon as something happens, everything goes to shit. This one could rotate all the way up in front of me. Some of the ones behind me could rotate all the way... they could rotate up the other staircase. But yeah, we're going to see how long we can just stand in this exact location and have it work. I'm concerned about what's happening now because I can't see anybody. Okay, we have an angle here. They have line of sight on me, but they're too far away, I think. I don't even know what I'm hitting here. I think I'm hitting something directly below me. I might be hitting enemies that are in the same spot the Raider was, so they might be like wiggling around down here. If they're wiggling around down there, that's pretty good for me. I think that these might be fully locked in now. Yeah, just because I think they are doesn't mean that I can act as if they are. Can I clear you on your own? I think I might be able to fight this on its own. There's another one nearby, but I don't think it can see me right now. If I move, I risk aggroing another set of enemies. Okay, we have another initiate that's leaked. The fact that these initiates are leaking is very bad for me. I don't know why this isn't attacking me or doing anything, it's just standing there. This is a super bad position to be in. I don't trust the position that I'm in right now. I don't trust this corner to be safe. I don't trust the positioning of the enemies is a safe one either. This is one of those corners that would be really nice as a corner, if not for the fact that right in front of it is a staircase, not flat terrain. But because it's a staircase, you end up with really weird potential pathing. I think we're going to be able to do this. Every Master of the Sword that we clear is a fairly big deal. Champions of the Sword probably can also kill me in one hit. But I could be wrong on that. I'm not actually positive that they can. So... But with the Masters of the Sword, there is somewhere along the lines of a 1 in 5 chance of instantly losing. Depends on a variety of factors. I don't remember if Masters of the Sword have a preferred target or not. Okay, who is where? Oh shit, I almost fell. So the enemies appear to be stuck in this hallway somehow. Okay, I actually don't know what's going on with them. I'm actually just going to run.
We can tackle this again later.
So, I don't know if this is going to play well for me or not, but I don't know what the hell's going on with those enemies. They might be low on HP. They might not be. Luckily, it's an initiate and a champion. I can probably take the initiate out. Yeah, the initiates we can take out fairly comfortably, actually. This is, well, I can't see what level it is, unfortunately. Yeah, this might be the last enemy in the dungeon. There might be more in that room as well. We don't really know, but my guess would be this is the last enemy. There might be one more, but I don't think so. I think this is the last enemy. We'll see if I get into the green from this. It's a small dungeon, so... Well, it's 3 o'clock. Okay. Good times. So that's dungeon complete, and it's also the green. So, we're in the green, the dungeon's complete. Got a chainmail from that. I'm actually just going to walk outside. We're going to save the game, and then we're going to walk back inside. Just because I just want to have it saved in case something weird happens. And there are traps and stuff like that around here. There is some plate armor there. You can go ahead and grab These with Svaria. There's some more plate armor here. That is not an upgrade for anybody.
Now
We
this will
have
do.
a cloak. Letter from Malwick.
It's worthless. Now here's something.
We have Dark Wife. Okay. Can I open it? Guess probably not. I think that's all the things? Question mark. This feels like something that should open, but I don't think it actually does. This was a switch that I'm forgetting about. Possible. Is there a switch on one of the drawers or something? Let's take a look over here. We already opened that. I don't think there's going to be another one there. Already opened this, so... Spooky. Did I actually loot the chest up here? I might not have, because I think I... Yeah, I almost certainly did not.
Ooh,
Okay, it's a trident.
this is nice.
It's ID skill. Okay, all set. So we've cleared out the mercenary stronghold. We can check this room, which I don't think has anything of interest. And that's one more area done. So let's save it up. What time is it? We're at 75. So interestingly enough, before we come back here, we are going to be going back to Might and Magic 6. That was a lot of experience in that dungeon. So yeah, I think we picked the right one to come to. So bolster level is 46, 46, 47, so we have that extra level in 8. We are going to go to 8. That's going to be Murmur Woods. So Murmur Woods is going to be the thing that we're doing tomorrow. It's now 12:48, so I think we're going to probably put an end to this here. Let's see. Let's take a look at our gear that we've picked up. Make sure that we're
This is nice.
checking it all. I don't think any of these are going to be super relevant.
Now
Let's
this
see.
will do.
But we do have a bunch of stuff that we might get some value out of eventually. So I think before we go to Murmur Woods tomorrow, we are going to do some inventory management. I don't think I'm going to do it right. Whoa! Jesus! Holy shit! Well, let's do that. Okay, that's a pretty massive upgrade. Okay, so we've got the Lieutenant's Cutlass, which is actually pretty fucking good for me right now. And yeah, so that's going to be it for today. Next time we will start off stream with some inventory management. I have 10 minutes that I could be doing it today, but I need to get some stuff done. I need to end early, I think, rather than... because it's going to take more than 10 minutes to do my inventory management. So we're going to end things here, and then next time we will do some inventory management. We will do Murmur Woods. Murmur Woods exterior is going to be a huge, like, very massive, difficult thing to do, is my assumption anyway. I think it's going to be really hard. Unicorns have a triple shot. It's going to be so hard. But when we clear it, our ranger goes from being unpromoted to fully promoted instantaneously, immediately gets access to mastery and a bunch of stuff, immediately gets Grandmaster Axe, immediately gets Grandmaster Spear, immediately gets all sorts of crazy shit, right? Because we have GM Axe available now. So they're going from Expert to Grandmaster Axe. They're going from Expert to Grandmaster Spear. All of that shit is happening all at once. It's going to be really wild. My hope is that the Ranger starts really going crazy then. Right now, they can't dual wield two-handed axes. They can only dual wield one-handed axe in their offhand. And right now, enemies that have a lot of physical resistance are really dangerous to me. Not really, are really difficult to deal with because they just have physical resistance. It's a pain in the ass. It takes a long time to kill them. And as enemies go up in level, I think they get extra resist as well, just generally from the bolster. So being able to dual wield the spear axe combo, I think is going to be really fun. Really excited for that. And yeah, so that's going to be it for today. So thank you for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to stream for you today, and I hope to see you again tomorrow when we will be clearing the rest of this. Later, folks.